Are you an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur? Do you own or operate a business? If yes, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be discussing 8 ways you can access financing for your business. Hi guys, welcome back to the Jamaican Experience with Yaz, where I bring you a Jamaican experience that transcends sand, sea, and sensimilia. In this video, we're going to be looking at 8 ways you can access financing for your business, whether you're just starting out or your business is already in operation. I'm going to be giving you the pros and cons, so stick around for that. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is about all things Jamaican. So if you like the video and you want to see more great content like this, type yes in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, leave us a thumbs up, share and subscribe for more great content like this. We upload videos every week, so hit that notification bell right there and you'll never miss a video when we upload. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Yazzle. Number 1, you can access financing for your business by getting a loan from a financial institution, whether it be a bank or a credit union. Now, generally speaking, when it comes on to financial institutions, they have a little bit more criteria than some of the other options that I'm going to highlight later. Generally, banks want you to be in operation in excess of 2 years. They want a full bank statement, audited financial statement. How do you plan to pay back that money? How is your business growing? What are you going to use that money for? All of that has to be written out. Basically, you're presenting a business plan and also how you're going to use that money and how you're going to pay it back. Right? So that's the general premise of getting a loan from the bank. And of course, all financial institutions, to the best of my knowledge, offers loans to businesses, small, medium, and large businesses. That's generally a good option, and sometimes they are lower interest rates than some other options that you may find out there. If you want to get around all of these criteria, you may consider getting a personal loan to help to finance your business. Now, what's the difference, of course, with the personal loan? They may or may not require you to tell them what you need it for, but it wouldn't be classified as a business loan. It will be at a higher interest rate. You may need to put up some collateral or something, but generally speaking, all you need to do is prove that you are capable of paying back the loan, and usually there's some system for the payment to be deducted from your salary or whatever source of income you have. And as I said, generally speaking, there's some collateral to safeguard that. For people just starting out, where they don't have the option to get financing from most of these commercial banks and even some credit unions, the best route is generally a personal loan as opposed to a business loan, because more often than not, they're not going to approve a business loan for a business that is just starting out. Number 2, you can access financing by using a credit card. However, that is the worst option, I think, of all of them. Credit card attracts very high interest rate. We're talking about 20-odd%. Credit card interest rates is one of the highest ever. So it's definitely something that you want to avoid at all costs, with the exception of for emergencies. So credit cards can come in handy in a bind, but it is not a good option to rely on as a source of funding for your business, because if you do not pay your bill in full, if you just keep on paying the minimum, you can dig yourself in a hole that is extremely difficult to get out of. That can even cause you to go out of business and end up in personal debt as well. So it's the most risky option, and it's generally not recommended overall. But it's great to have to use in a bind, but pay your bill. Number 3, you can get a business partner. So you can get someone to invest in your business or for equity in your business. Basically, you get a partner that may invest a certain amount of money for a certain amount of shares or a certain amount of equity in your business. This is generally a good option, but of course, you have to be careful in vetting who you ask for money and who you bring on as your partner in your business. There are different ways of getting investors. You determine, what the arrangements are. Maybe the equity in the business can be for a certain amount of time. So the person will have interest in your business or a percentage of your business for a particular period of time. Or it can be a permanent situation where you co-own the business, or you go 50-50 in the company. It's entirely up to you, but make sure that all your agreements are written down. Whatever you and this person decide, or these persons, because it can be more than one, whatever you decide, ensure that it's all written down. So basically, you bring the intellectual property and they bring the money, so it works for both of you. The person may choose to play an active role in the business or not. So that's also an option. Because you're giving the person equity in the business, you don't have to pay this back. It's normally not a loan. You can also approach it from a loan where you give the person shares for a particular time, so they get back their principal, you pay them back, and then they get a certain amount of interest on the money for a particular period of time. However you want to work out the agreement, just know that there is an option to offer equity in your business, even if the business is just an idea, right? If it's a fantastic idea, there are people out there who will invest for equity in the business. Number 4, you can get a micro loan, also known as peer-to-peer financing. This is where small business loans are issued by individuals rather than a financial institution like a bank or a credit union. So sometimes these are also facilitated by some financial institutions. Basically, there are individuals out there who have excess cash, or they have money sitting down, savings that they want to put to work. So they will look for businesses to invest in. It can be from one individual or several persons. The bulk of the risk here is generally carried by the person that's investing, because of course there is no guarantee that they're going to get back their money. And again, here the individuals of course get back their principal, and they expect to get interest on their money. They generally set up the payment so that it automatically deducts from your salary, or some automated process, so that they can be sure that they'll get back their money as best as is possible, of course. And there are so many micro lenders out there, including some that are facilitated by financial institutions, as I mentioned before. So I will link those in the description box below, the ones that I know of. And of course, you can research to find more. Number 5, you can leverage your assets, meaning you can mortgage your home. Bad idea. You can sell your investments, which is fine, depending on, what it is, the purpose of the investments in the first place. You can consider selling some of those shares that you own, because that's always a good option. And there's not much risk there because it is your money. I wouldn't recommend that if it's your children's education fund or it's your pension that you use that. I wouldn't recommend that at all. So, but you can leverage whatever assets you have. You can sell them, you can use them as collateral to get money. But this is also a risky option, because if you're unable to pay back this money, it means you're going to lose your assets. So very, 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 very risky option. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons. And, generally when somebody believes in their business, they will put it all on the line. But it's always good to have a backup plan and to know that it could not work too, despite all your efforts. So don't put it all on the line. It's like you're putting it all on the line, but you're still not putting it all on the line at the same time. Next one, number 6, you can also get an angel investor, or also known as a private investor, which is usually an individual that wants to invest in a business from the get-go. So you have to pitch to these people, you have to pitch your idea. Basically, if they like your idea, if they think it's viable, if they think that a business can work and they believe in it, then they will invest. And there are many, many people out there. Generally, angel investors, when they invest, it's like a one-time cash injection. So they put it in at the beginning for equity in your business. And oftentimes angel investors, they're silent partners, if you will. So they don't have an active role in the business. They just invest, and you work, you do what you're doing, you operate your business. They may be on the board, They of course want to see the financial. They may want to contribute, because oftentimes these people are business owners themselves, so they may have something to contribute to your business, so they want to be on the board and so on. But oftentimes they are considered silent partners because they don't interfere with your operating of the business. They just invest for interest or equity in the business. There are entities and institutions where you can find these people as well. So do your research. And there are some angel investors network here in the Caribbean, or people in the Caribbean have access to. I'm going to link one of them in the description box below. Number 7, another way you can access financing for your business is to find a venture capitalist. Now, this can be an individual or a firm. So venture capitalists invest in small businesses. Generally, the money is pooled from investment companies, pension funds, or large corporations. So they'll look at your business, see how you've been operating. People often wonder what's the difference between a venture capitalist and an angel investor. The biggest difference between a venture capitalist and an angel investor is that one invests in something at the beginning, usually startups, that's the angel investor, and the venture capitalists usually look for businesses that are already in operation and need some help. Businesses that are already established. And so venture capitalists usually as well are a good option. So you can look for those, and there are many of them out there as well. And of course, as with angel investors, venture capitalists, and just anyone who invests in your business for equity or interest, they're the ones who carry the bulk of the risk, really, for the most part. Generally speaking, you're not required to put any collateral up front. So most of the risk really is carried by the investor. And that's why they ensure that whatever they invest in, they do due diligence in research to ensure that it's something that they believe can work, will work, or aligns with their interest. Final one, number 8. And this is a bit informal, but it's to access money by asking your friends and family. That's one of the easiest ways and fastest ways to access money for your business, for your new venture, or your business that's already in operation and you would like some help, you need some financing quick. One of the best ways is to ask the people that you already know and trust and want to support you and love you, and want to help you. So those are friends and family. While it's a very good option, because generally speaking, you're not required to give it back with interest, you can, or you may not have to, like especially, your parents will help you and so on. More often than not, they're not asking you to give them back with interest. They just want to see you successful. So that's always a good option. However, there are complications with this as well, where you don't put your agreements in writing. You can lose friends and family over this as well. People thought they should have gotten something that they didn't get, or they wanted something that they didn't get. So it's always best to put your agreements in writing, even with your family, because you want to be clear about what the exchange is, what the agreement is, and that's just a better way overall to just ensure that everybody's happy as best as is possible. But that's the best way, if you ask me, to access financing for your business. Low risk on your part. Low risk on your part. And of course, you feel more comfortable and less pressure generally than if you were to go to the bank and knowing that, listen, I have to pay this back by a certain time and this is the interest and so on. So friends and family, always a good option, but due diligence and also ensure that you put your agreements in writing and pay them back, because you might need them later on down the line to help you again in your business. Also, you may have another family member that's going to need help at another time, so just pay them back so that they can feel comfortable to help others as well. And it's fair. If somebody helps you out, you pay them back and you return the favor if and when you can. Okay guys, those are 8 ways you can access financing for your business. There are other ways out there that you can explore. There are always all kinds of little things you can do to get money for your business, but those are 8 common ways that people access financing for their business, and it's worth exploring. At least one of these options here should or can work for you. If you like the video and you want to see more great content like this, type yes in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, leave us a thumbs up. share, and subscribe for more great content like this. We upload videos every week, so hit that notification bell right there, and you'll be the first to be notified when we upload. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Yazzle. Thank you for watching, and remember, Jamaica is not just a place, it's an experience.